Hello! So today I'm going to be trying a couple of more traditional Japanese snacks. They've been around for a while. I tried some bin ramen before, but I was on photo and not video because I don't pay attention. It was just this ice cream cone shaped bottle with powder inside. Wasn't very good. I gave it 1 star. I'm sorry you missed it. It got everywhere. It was horrible. Next up we have kinako bowl. Kinako is a roasted soybean flour, and it's really popular flavor here. Let's see what they are. Smells like kinako. So there's these little sticks of something covered with kinako. Or just entirely made of kinako. This is just kinako. Kinako tastes kind of like roast sesame. So if you really like that flavor, you'll probably like kinako. These sticks are just kinako covered with kinako, basically. And, I mean, they really dried out my mouth. So, I don't know. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Just because, I don't know, I want candy that I don't have to drink copious amounts of water after eating. So next up, we have anzu bowl. Anzu is apricot. And this appears to be just some apricot sludge in a stick. So that's appetizing. So just gonna cut off a little bit of the corner and hope that it doesn't get everywhere. Too late. Oh god. It's just like rotten apricots. They just put the apricots in here and just let them ferment and rot until they were this horrible sludge. I'm just gonna give that 1 star. It's not even candy, it's just apricot sludge in a tube. Super exciting. So next up we have Yaki-imo Yokon. Yaki-imo is baked potato. In this case, a sweet potato, not a normal potato. It says it's Yokon flavor, which is a kind of citrus. So, we'll see how that is. Open it. Okay, so here we go. So it's this kind of jam jelly thing. It smells like potato and a little bit of citrus. I'm not usually a huge fan of yokon flavor, but this isn't bad. It tastes kind of like candied yams. If you're American, have that for Thanksgiving. I like this one. It's sweet potato, just a little bit of honey and yokon flavor. It's got decent texture. I'm gonna give that 4 stars. So next up we have kozakura. Just these little cherry flavored squares. Comes with a little toothpick to eat. So we open it up, take out the label, and it's these little squares. So you just stab one on your toothpick. This is a jelly bean. A well-disguised jelly bean. In case you couldn't guess, I don't like jelly beans. I don't know why there's a toothpick. They're hard. You can just pick them up. But I don't know why you need a toothpick for that. Maybe it's just so you can pretend to be fancy. I'm gonna give that... I guess I'll give it 2 stars, just because I don't like jelly beans, but I know people do. So it's not that it's terrible because it's a jelly bean, but I don't like it because it's basically a jelly bean, so 2 stars. So next up we have Oshidori milk cake. It's not a cake, so I don't know why it's called milk cake. It's this little hard slab. So, let's see. So, let's see what we got. So it's this little slab of like taffy-ish stuff. a very hard slab. You know how if you accidentally leave cheese open in the refrigerator and it gets really hard and loses most of its taste? That's what this is. I don't particularly like it. It's just ruined cheese that wasn't supposed to be cheese. I'm gonna give it 1 star because it's ruined cheese. So next up we have Kibidango. This is a famous snack from Okayama and is used in the Momotaro story. This one is different than the ones I normally get. Normally they're little balls. This one is a thing. I have never seen Kibidango this way. Dango means ball, and this is not a ball, so it's not a Kibidango. It's got some sort of powder on it, and it's very floppy. It reminds me of the chocolate taffies I used to get as a kid, but I know I will be disappointed if I expect that when I bite into it, so let's see. I don't think I've ever eaten something that had so little flavor. It's chewy like a taffy, but there's really nothing to it. There's like nothing to that. It's just some sort of flour, some water. They stuck it into a package and said this is food. I feel like I shouldn't give it a 1 just because it's not horrible, because it doesn't taste like anything. So it can't be horrible, but at the same time I want to give it a 1 because it doesn't taste like anything. So I'm going to give it a 1.5. So next up we have Mochan Dango. It's these 3 little balls, green, white, and red. Dango are little balls made with rice flour, usually with something inside. So, 3 balls. Sounds like they have some sort of sugar on the outside. I'm not opposed to it. Wonder if they taste different. Let's see. So it's the pink one. It's definitely sugar on the outside. So you've got this very kind of squishy rice flour ball. Not a lot of flavor to it, but it does carry the sugar flavor very well. There is some slight flavor variation between the colors. I couldn't tell you for sure what the flavor is, but every time I eat green mochi in this country, I hope for green tea, but it's usually mugwort, which is always very disappointing. I'd say these ones are probably the mugwort flavor, the plain flavor, and probably like a sakura flavor, maybe? It's very light, but they're good. I'd probably give those 4 stars. There's not a lot to them, but if they were any bigger, it'd be too much. So, pretty good. But they get all over your hands. That one should have come with a toothpick instead of the jelly beans. So next up we have Noppo no Mambo. I have no idea how to eat this. There are no instructions on the package. So, we'll see what happens. It appears to be a little straw filled with something. Straw filled. I don't know if we eat it out of the straw, if we peel the straw back. So I'm going to eat it out of the straw and probably do it wrong. I'm not entirely sure what flavor that is. It's kind of milky, but also chalky. Chalky milk. If you're into that. For the amount of work you have to put into it, I don't think it's worth it. I would want more flavor if I'm going to be putting effort into eating something like this. So I'm going to give it 2 stars. So next up we have milk senbei. Senbei is just a rice cracker, so I'm assuming rice cracker with some sort of milk. On the back it tells me it's good if I put honey or sauce on it. I don't know what sort of sauce that means, but the idea of putting like teriyaki sauce on a senbei is kind of gross to me. That's it. So we have these super thin little wafers that don't really smell like anything. And don't really taste like anything. There's a little bit of that ice cream cone flavor, which I'm not opposed to, but if you added flavor to it, like chocolate sauce or caramel or honey, then they'd probably be really good. It's a good carrier for things, but just on their own, I'm just gonna give them 1 star because they're just not an eat on your own food. So next up, we have mochito pudding. It's a mini daifuku. Daifuku is a rice flour ball with something inside. Normally you have like strawberry daifuku or something with a whole strawberry inside. But this one says it's pudding, so there should be pudding inside. So we have our 2 little pudding balls. Smells like a little bit of pudding, not very strong. So they're very mochi mochi. Very squishy. So inside you can see we have what looks like 2 sorts of cream. Maybe a whipped cream and a custard cream kind of thing. I think I like it. It's just plain rice flour ball with some cream inside. Can't go wrong in my opinion. I'm gonna give that 5 stars. So last up we have Glico. The Glico Running Man is the company's famous mascot. So it says with 1 box you can run 300 meters. Each piece is 66 calories, so I guess they're saying 4 of them will give you enough energy to run 300 meters. It's good to know. So we have the candy over here, and there's some sort of random box toy. So we'll start with that. I don't know. Let's see what we got. It's a little top shaped like a cat. Isn't that cute? Adorable. So they're these individually wrapped little hearts. Ta-da! Little heart caramels. At first, it's like right between a chew on this or suck on this kind of hardness. But if you suck on it long enough, you can chew on it more easily. Just a very simple milk caramel. Not too sweet, but there is enough sweetness in it to make it good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. So, see you next time!